Welcome to Previews Reviews, coming to you from Stadium Comics, located in Shoppers World Mall in beautiful Brampton, Ontario. Here are your hosts, Kevin Hickey and Ricky Lima.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this episode of Previews Reviews, which takes a look at comic books coming out in the stores in September 2013. Ricky, hopefully we can have this episode up sometime before September 2013.
Hopefully.
Our track record the last couple months has not been that great.
Busy times.
Busy times. We open up a new store here in Brampton on Saturday, June 29th. I would say it was a rip-roaring success.
It was amazing.
It was a lot of fun.
Tears to my eyes.
No, it didn't. You're lying now.
Yeah.
You're lying.
I can't cry. Botox.
I'm Kevin Hickey.
And I am Ricky Lima.
And Ricky, could you please tell everybody out there where this fine example of YouTube programming is coming to them from?
Well, it's coming to them from their computer, which is transmitting it from the internet, which was uploaded from probably your house, which is coming to them from Stadium Comics in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. The My Little Pony.
Oh.
The cutie mark on my bum. And the G in CGC.
You know, a lot of people talk about the bottle city of Candor in Superman lore.
Yeah.
What if Brampton indeed was imprisoned in a cutie mark on your rear
It's
end?
true. Fun fact, I have a cutie mark. Like, legit, I have a cutie mark.
Are you? Did you become a brony since the last episode? Or?
I have a birthmark on my bum.
Nice. All right. Well, if your body ever washes up on shore and we need to identify it positively,
Yeah, there you go.
we know the key to Ricky's
My
identification.
cutie mark.
Yeah. All right. Well, Previews is the magazine that most comic shop retailers use to order in all kinds of awesome pop culture merchandise into their stores. This handy little magazine gives us the rundown on what's going to be coming out 2 months in advance. In this case, those 2 months end up in September 2013. And there's a lot of good stuff in this month's catalog. Go into your local retailer, have a flip through it, ask them to borrow it and have a look through, or purchase one. They are available for purchase as well. And
they make good kindling after.
They do make good kindling. And also they make people who flip through the pages spend a lot of money in stores like ours. And that's always a good thing. We're going to kick it off, Ricky, with a way back playback, as I like to call it. We're going to have a look at The Star Wars, #1. Notice the in front of Star Wars.
I'm interested.
All right. Before Star Wars, there was The Star Wars, or maybe The Star Wars. This is the authorized adaptation of George Lucas's rough draft screenplay of what would eventually become a motion picture that would change the world. Anakin Starkiller is the hero. Luke Skywalker is a wizened Jedi general. Han Solo is a big green alien. And the Sith, well, the Sith are still the bad guys. High adventure and daring do from longer ago in a galaxy even further away.
Daring do? That's
Daring do.
Who uses that word?
I don't know, but they had me sold at the do part.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. As I was reading, like, the initial The Star Wars solicit, I was like, how dry is this Star Wars well that they literally have to go all the way back? But, I mean, like, it does sound really different. So
Yeah, it sounds interesting. You appreciate the Star Wars movies, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to go behind the scenes and kind of see what a first draft of that movie would look like and how different it is and, you know, how far it's come from that version to this version?
Totally.
What's cool about this is they mentioned the Sith. I've actually looked through plot points and stuff and script excerpts online for the original script, and they do mention the Sith as, like, way back in the mid-'70s when this original rough draft was made. It's funny, though, that the Sith didn't really get mentioned in Star Wars lore until, with the release of Episode 1 in 1999.
Yeah.
It's just crazy when you think of aspects like that. I mean, maybe they were mentioned in the books and stuff like that, but who reads those?
Right, reading.
Now, comic books, that's a different thing entirely. Apparently, George Lucas was hesitant to let this version of the Star Wars script be I guess, published. But then rumor has it he came into a little bit of money from Disney,
Ooh,
a few $1 billion, made him care a whole lot less about what kind of product gets out there that he's been involved in.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't know why. This sounds pretty awesome. You got Anakin Starkiller.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
Yeah.
Although they did reuse that for the Force Unleashed games, where the main character is Starkiller.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool. Nice connection there. Is he related at all to the Skywalker family?
I don't think so.
Starkiller guy?
No.
No?
No. He was played by that guy who has a weird face. Cut that.
Oh,
part.
that guy!
Yeah, cut that part out.
The comic's going to feature character designs by the legendary Ralph McQuarrie, who was the original designer for characters and settings and stuff in the Star Wars, for the Star Wars movie. And it was kind of a guy that George Lucas called up, and he was like, I need some visuals to show people and to show potential investors for the movie. And the characters kind of look similar to how we know them now, but there's a lot of differences too.
Nice.
And they've even released a whole line of toys based on Ralph McQuarrie's designs. He passed away, unfortunately, earlier this year, though. I think it was earlier this year, or it was late last year. So.
Man, Star Wars loves toys. They make toys on everything.
They do.
They're like, oh, this guy showed up for 5 seconds, let's make a toy.
What is the iconic thing that everybody remembers about watching the Star Wars movie?
Scrolling text.
The scrolling text, right at the beginning? Well, there is an original version of the scrolling text, which they call a crawl, that's associated with this first draft script of the Star Wars. And here's what it says. So, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And then cue the music, right? Until the recent Great Rebellion, the Jedi Bendu were the most feared warriors in the universe. For 100,000 years, generations of Jedi perfected their art as the personal bodyguards of the Emperor. They were the chief architects of the invincible Imperial Space Force, which expanded the Empire across the galaxy from the celestial equator to the farthest reaches of the Great Rift. Now these legendary warriors are all but extinct. One by one, they've been hunted down and destroyed as enemies of the new Empire by a ferocious and sinister rival warrior sect, the Knights of the Sith.
Whoa, man.
Kind of crazy, eh?
Yeah, I really like the Imperial Space Force.
Yeah, it just sounds so
That's where it's at.
like 1950s television serial.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Imperial Space Force.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Anyways, the Star Wars #1 8-issue limited series comes out in September.
Yeah. But next we have a book called Forever Evil #1. The first universe-wide event of the New 52 begins as Forever Evil launches. The Justice League is dead and the villains shall inherit the Earth. An epic tale of the world's greatest superheroes starts here. Written by Jeff Johns and illustrated by David Finch and Richard Friend. Whoa, man, how many times is Justice League gonna die? Like 500 times?
6 times before the sun rises.
like
tomorrow.
what the hell, man? They're always dead.
This is the book that's going to launch DC's Villains Month, which is taking place all throughout the month of September.
So are all the villains books coming out? It's like part of this then?
Yeah, kind of. Well, yeah.
What?
Forever Evil is going to be a book. It's a 7-issue series, so that's the main event book. And as a result of what's happening in the universe, all of the DC books in the month, the 52 regular DC books in the month of September are being taken over by villains. So you have there's a Joker comic, there's a Lobo comic, there's a Reverse Flash comic, there's
Lobo's not
there's
a
a
villain.
Dark Side comic.
Come on.
So all of the titles are getting taken over by villains. Some of the titles, like Batman, because there's so many villains in the Batman universe, so there's going to be like a Batman title coming out every week pretty much in the month of September.
Whoa, man.
And they're doing something that I don't agree with, and I always credited them for not going down this road, but now it appears they're going down that road, is they're using the whole decimal point system for their book titles. So all of the villain books will be .1. So the Joker book for Batman is actually going to be Batman 23.1. And so on and so forth.
Is it going to be like 22 or 23.2 for the next one?
Yeah. So because Batman has 4 books coming out in the month of September, you'll have 24.1, 24.2, 24.3, 24.4 all in the month of September. The other thing that's happening is each one of them is going to have a 3D cover.
So they're like $1 more, aren't they?
They're $1 more. Everything's $3.99 in September.
So
all
wait,
the
is
books.
Batman going to be $4.99?
No, I think it's still $3.99.
So that's not going to be $1 more?
It better only be $3.99 because there's 4 of them coming out.
Ouch.
So, but the covers, I've seen a couple previews of them online. They're not like the old school 90s 3D covers where they use that like lenticular technology that's really dated now. It's like some new form of technology that they had to kill some wizard for.
Oh,
And
no.
yeah, and it looks actually pretty cool. Jeff Johns told Newsarama about this whole event that it's a chance for David and I, that's David Finch, to work on the greatest villains in comic books. It's literally everybody. I don't even know if there's anybody not in it, and this is specifically referring to Forever Evil. We're really exploring what darkness means and the different kinds of darkness that are within these villains. So,
Look at
that's
that.
pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And this is the first universe-wide event in DC since Flashpoint in 2011. We all know what happened with Flashpoint, right?
Yeah.
Led into the New 52. Now, if you're a customer of Stadium Comics and you're interested in picking up, any of the villains' books, this is an issue that a lot of comic stores have been struggling with because, there's the potential that somebody who normally collects Batman isn't going to want the 4 Batman books that come out in September because they're not technically Batman books. They do tie into the universe, but
They're not Batman.
they're not Batman books. So I would encourage everybody out there to check with your local shop to see what they're doing for Villains Month. I know a lot of shops have sign-up sheets, where you can check off which villain titles you want. Some shops are asking that you subscribe to specific titles. Here at Stadium, we're asking that you go onto our Sidekick Comics website and subscribe to the exact number of titles that you want. And we also have the option for our customers here and customers anywhere in North America to purchase collector's packs from us up until August, I think it's August 2nd or 3rd, where you can get a discounted rate on purchasing either all of the villain covers, the 3D villain covers, or just a portion of them. So check out our website for details on that.
Do I get first dibs?
No, you never get first dibs.
That's true.
All right, up next, we've got Powerpuff Girls issue number 1. Citizens of Townsville, fear not. The Powerpuff Girls are back. In this IDW debut issue, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup are back to take down the meanest of the mean and the ugliest of the ugly. We're in trouble, Ricky.
Oh, no.
Plus, what fiendish secret is Mojo Jojo hiding? The answer is sure to surprise.
I'm so excited. I actually am already subscribed to this book.
Really? You a big Powerpuff Girls fan?
Yeah, man. Back when YTV was still cool, I would watch from 4 o'clock to about like 6 o'clock. They had all these wicked shows on.
Yeah.
I'd watch like Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Lab and I don't know. It wasn't part of the lineup, but
Johnny Bravo?
Johnny Bravo and like Samurai Jack, like all that stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad they're bringing it back.
Yeah, it's awesome to see Powerpuff Girls coming back. I think it's a big score for IDW landing that license. That could have easily went to Boom or one of those other places. Do you think that there's still a market for Powerpuff Girls amongst fans of things like the regular show Adventure
Definitely.
Time,
I
My
mean,
Little Pony?
The only reason My Little Pony is popular is because the creators of Powerpuff Girls are on it, and that's where the popularity comes from. So I mean, like obviously the creators aren't going to be on this, but
Right.
I mean the world is still there, and it's still going to be awesome.
That's all. Yeah, I wouldn't call myself a religious watcher of Powerpuff Girls, but if there was nothing on TV, I would tune into it. It was a pretty funny show. Pretty good.
So excited, and I mean, like Kevin, who's your favorite character in
The Powerpuff Girls? Oh, it'd have to be Buttercup.
what?
Yeah, man.
I'm a big fan of him.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted me to choose between
Oh man.
the
Any
Powerpuff
character.
Girls themselves. Yeah, him is the best.
Yeah.
He's
Or
the best
maybe
enemy.
the Rowdy Rough Boys.
Yeah, they were only in like one episode though, right?
Or the Beat-Alls. That was a good
The
episode.
Beatles. Yeah.
That was good.
Now, speaking of the Powerpuff Girls show, on January 28th, 2013, it was announced that a new CGI special starring the Powerpuff Girls will premiere later in the year. The special will feature Ringo Starr of the Beatles singing a new original song, I Wish I Was a Powerpuff Girl, and voicing a new character named Fibonacci Sequins.
Wow.
Sequins like the shiny
That's
things.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Look forward to that.
Although I'm not excited to CGI, but...
I'm really not excited to see Ringo Starr singing a song called I Wish I Was a Powerpuff Girl.
I don't know, man. Could
But
be good.
You never know.
He's the most charismatic of all Beatles.
From Powerpuff Girls into the world of the explicit.
So we have Sex Criminals, number 1. A sex comedy for comics. Susie's a normal girl with an extraordinary ability. When she has sex, she stops time. One night, she meets John, who has the same gift, and so they do what any other sex-having, time-stopping couple would do. They rob banks. In the vein of the 40-Year-Old Virgin and Bridesmaids, Image Comics invites you to come along with Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky for the series that puts the comic back in comics and the sexy back in sex crimes. No.
No? Not feeling this one?
Not
even though it's by Matt Fraction?
No, not even a little. Sorry.
So this is more of what's with these books recently?
No.
Just choosing, outlandish names and trying to use that to sell more issues.
I don't know. I personally think this idea is just terrible.
It sounds kind of interesting. I mean, I'm a little intrigued. I'm probably going to check it out. It could be good.
It sounds so ridiculous. And it sounds like so pandering, too. It sounds like a plot from a porno. Where they're like, alright, they're gonna have sex and stop time and rob banks.
So here's the question. Do they have to be having sex while they rob the bank?
I don't know.
Do they have to be, engaged in the act?
Probably.
Well, walking into the bank, going into the vault, taking the money. Because that in itself would be interesting.
And, the fact that it's, a comedy, 40-Year-Old Virgin, no. I'm done with this.
Do you think there'll be a Seth Rogen character in it?
Mostly.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely going to continue the trend of making it difficult and embarrassing to purchase your comics at your local comic shop.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's awkward when, a guy comes up to the counter and is buying sex and, you make a little uncomfortable joke about it, oh, I'm paying you for sex and stuff like that, and it's an uncomfortable situation. And now you're going to be buying a book called Sex Criminals.
Well, now I can, if someone comes up to me and they want to buy it, I'll be like, "Oh, are you committing to sex criminals?" And they're like, "Yes."
I see you're into sex crimes, right?
I don't know. It could work. If anyone can pull it off, Matt Fraction, but I have no hope for this book. I am not.
I think it's going to be a big seller.
We'll see. I don't know.
I think it's
Cover
gonna be a
looks
big
really
seller.
cool.
Cover does look cool. Looks very Jonathan Hickman-like.
Yeah, but we'll see.
All right, moving on. We've got Rat Queens, issue number 1 from Image Comics. This is a book that I think you're going to really like. Gold, Guts, and Grog, Part 1. Who are the Rat Queens? A pack of booze-guzzling, death-dealing battle maidens for hire, and they're in the business of killing all God's creatures for profit. It's also a darkly comedic fantasy series starring Hannah the Rockabilly Elven Mage, Violet the Hipster Dwarven Fighter, Dee the Atheist Human Cleric, and Betty the Hippie Hobbit Thief. This modern spin on an old-school genre is a violent, monster-killing epic that is like Buffy meets Tank Girl in a Lord of the Rings world on crack. A new ongoing series from Peter Panzerfaust, Curtis J. Weeb, and featuring a gorgeous incentive cover by Saga's Fiona Staples.
Oh, man.
What do you think of that premise?
Originally, I was like, man, they're trying way too hard. And they just kept going, and I was like, damn it, I'm going to have to read
You're going to have to pick it up, right? You love that kind of stuff. It's sword and sorcery and all that.
It's trying so hard to get me in that it's got me in.
So mission succeeded.
Congratulations, I guess. But they did it really heavy-handedly. They're like, look at how awesome this is.
Yeah.
I'm just like, whoa, okay, I'll read it.
Yes, it's awesome. Fine. So Curtis has been really successful over the last year with the launch of Peter Panzerfaust, which has been out for about a year now. That's a book by Image Comics that if you can find an issue number 1 of right now, you're sitting on quite a nice chunk of change. It's worth quite a bit of money, due to a low print run and the fact that the BBC is turning it into a live-action television show. So
Whoa.
It's got a lot going for it right now. And about this particular series, Curtis Weeb says that it's a comedy fantasy series for adults. It's super violent. It has foul language and has a lot more of a modern feel to it. He also says people that are fans of like Angel and Buffy will be really into this, as well as, you know, people that are into sword and sorcery stuff.
Sounds pretty cool. I mean, art looks really awesome too. So.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Kind of excited. But up next we have God is Dead by Jonathan Hickman. Like a thunderbolt from heaven, the epic launch issue of God is Dead is here. East of West and Fantastic Four author Jonathan Hickman launches a fierce new series that stomps where others fear to tread. Mankind has argued over the existence of God since the dawn of time. In modern era, it's been fashionable to mock religious believers with taunts of scientific testimony and fact, but when the gods of old begin to reappear on Earth and claim the domain of man for their own, the world is thrown into a state of utter anarchy. Now Horus walks the streets of Egypt, Zeus has taken over the Sistine Chapel, and Odin is coordinating the dissection of the earth among the returned deities. Mankind held sway over the world for thousands of years, and the hubris over that time has made them powerful. But when faced with the divine, can mortal weapons put an end to the second coming of the gods?
Wow.
Jeez, that's too much.
Too much, but it sounds awesome.
Sounds okay.
This sounds crazy.
I guess. I don't know what to tell you. It sounds okay. It sounds like too much.
The gods come back and they're like, yeah, like, screw you humans, we're taking back what's ours. They start divvying up the world amongst themselves. They're like, all of us were real. You guys were all wrong. There wasn't any one of us that was the true God. Science was cool and all that, but we were real too. And now, we're all coming back and kicking your ass.
I don't know. It just sounds like an idea that literally everyone has had. You know, they're like, hey, what if gods were real? Like, literally everybody has had that idea.
Yeah, but... Okay.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
But have they had the idea of them coming back and being like, all right, humans, you're...
Actually, yeah. See, but the thing is, like, every story, everyone's technically thought
Every
of
story's been done.
So, I mean, like, true, but... I don't know.
The guy is writing everything. I'm pretty sure he made a deal with a demon at some point. Pretty sure Jonathan Hickman went to a crossroads somewhere, met up with a crossroads demon, and was like, I'm going to do every comic ever. And that's slowly coming to fruition.
Right, that's true.
Eventually, like, how much longer is it going to be before Jonathan Hickman has his own, like, publisher? His own imprint?
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not, like, co-publisher at Image or something.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time.
Him
but
and
this,
Robert Kirkman.
Now, granted, this is an Avatar book, so it's not Image. But Avatar's been coming into their own a lot lately. They had really big success with Uber not too long ago with Karen Gillan, and now God is Dead with Jonathan Hickman. It's going to be a big success, I think. Which god do you think is the strongest god? If there was a god that was going to kick ass and take names, which god would kick everybody's ass?
Maybe Dionysus.
Dionysus.
Because he's just so drunk all the time.
Right. Okay.
Angry drunks, strong drunks.
Guess.
Maybe, I don't know. Hermes.
I always thought the Norse gods would just kick the most ass. Just because they're like Vikings.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, like, they kind of want to die, right?
But that's part of the problem. That's part of why they're so fearsome. They just...
Yeah, but they're going to die.
You're going to die, but it's like facing the Russians in World War II. They were accepting the fact that they were going to die, and they became fierce enemies because of that.
I guess.
They don't fear death.
That's deep, dude.
Yeah, man.
That's deep.
Anyway. It's going to be awesome. Pick it up. Don't listen to Ricky. Next, we have Sons of Anarchy issue number 1. Why we love it. This is the publishing company talking, not us. Why we love it. Sons of Anarchy has captivated the attention of the entire Boom team with its smart plotting, compelling characters, and modern vision of the outlaw genre. We love the show so much we couldn't wait to help expand the world of Sam Crow. Why you'll love it. Gun smuggling outlaw bikers with complex pasts and gripping personalities. If you love guys with guns like we do, this is the genre at its most elevated. What it's about. With no one else to turn to, the daughter of an old Sam Crow member comes to Charming looking for help. The only people standing between Kendra and certain death are the Sons of Anarchy, and for better or for worse, the Sergeant at Arms, Tig.
I know nothing about Sons of Anarchy.
Ricky, you wouldn't be alone. I would wager, I guess, that most people that read comics on a regular basis aren't really, the kind of audience that Sons of Anarchy shoots for.
What's it about?
Well, it's about an outlaw motorcycle gang, basically. And when they're talking about Sam Crow, in the copy here, they're talking about Sons of Anarchy Motorcycle Club Redwood Original. So like the Redwood chapter of Sons of Anarchy, and they're the original chapter. It's an awesome television show. I love it myself. I think it's amazing. Great story, great writing. But yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to work in comic form, to be 100% honest.
It looks really cool.
It looks cool. And if you watch the show, it's awesome. But I don't know how it's going to work as a 6-issue comic book.
Yeah.
In itself.
I mean, if you don't even know and you watch the comic.
Well, I'm just, I reference other miniseries that have come out, such as True Blood from IDW. That comic has brought a couple people into the store that are fans of True Blood, but, it hasn't been breaking any sales records.
Mm-hmm.
So while I think it's cool that Boom Studios is going on a limb and picking this up, I just, I don't know. I don't know if it's really going to be a good seller. I think if you're a fan of the show and you're a fan of comics, you should definitely check it out. Like, I'm going to check it out because it's expanding the universe a little more. But I think it would be a really cool opportunity for them. And, I'm not sure how much artistic license they have with this particular property over at Boom, but there's a lot of history behind Sam Crow in the Sons of Anarchy show. If they could do, like, a prequel comic to it, that would be a really cool idea. I think something a lot of people would be into. Alright, anyway, on to the next one, Ricky.
Next one, we have Mighty Avengers #1, the Infinity Tie-In new ongoing series. From the battlefields of Infinity comes the Mighty Avengers. The Avengers are light years away in space, contending with the Builders. Thanos marauders ransack the Earth, doing as they please. And who will stand in defense of mankind? Luke Cage, the Superior Spider-Man, Spectrum, the White Tiger, Power Man, and a mysterious figure in an ill-fitting Spider-Man Halloween costume. These unlikely heroes must assemble when no one else can against the unrelenting attack of Proxima Midnight. Whoa, man. Proxima Midnight? What is
I'm
that?
going to name my child Proxima. So who's the guy in the Spider-Man costume?
I don't know, man. Rags Morales? Really?
Why Rags Morales?
I don't know. Peter Parker, most likely.
Peter Parker?
Yeah.
No, I think it's like a villain or something.
Boy.
Trying to like help out.
Matt Gargan?
Cause against
Yeah.
Thanos. Maybe.
Mhm.
Maybe you're onto something there. Does it have to be someone from the Spider-Man universe?
Sandman.
Angela. It's Angela, everybody.
Oh, yeah, right, there you go.
It's written by Al Ewing and illustrated by Greg Land. And this is going to have like 7,000 different variant covers, including a Scotty Young variant.
Ugh.
So,
Can they just stop with those now?
how many of the Scotty Young
my
variants
God.
did you end up picking up yourself?
I have every single one of them.
Do you really?
Yeah.
So you're really wanting them to just end it now?
Yeah. I'm done. Like, just end it.
They're definitely there's definitely still coming out with a lot of cool covers. Like I can't wait to see that Infinity one with the arcade cabinet and stuff.
Yeah.
But I can tell you from a retailer standpoint that sales on the Scotty Young covers are definitely starting to lose steam.
It's too much, dude.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's like when you eat a chocolate, you're like, this is delicious. And you eat more and you're like, yeah, it's alright. And then by the end, you're just like, I can't eat anymore.
And then, don't eat chocolate again
Yeah.
for like 6 months.
Exactly. Wow. Couple of days.
Couple of days. Who are we kidding? But yeah, Mighty Avengers, another Avengers title returning to the
Yeah.
fold.
That's a pretty cool team.
Yeah.
Spectrum. I don't know who that is, but sounds cool.
Luke Cage is awesome. It's nice to
pretty
see
good.
him get a higher profile. So be on the lookout for that in September. And if you're still wondering about this Infinity event and what it really means for the Marvel Universe, we just posted a trailer on our YouTube site the other day. You can check out a trailer to get kind of a rundown on what's going to happen with Infinity. That was provided to us by our friends at Marvel Comics. So check that out. We've got some honorable mentions to get to, Ricky. First is, speaking of the Marvel Universe, we've got the Battle of the Atom, which kicks off with a one-shot and crosses over into all of the different X-Men books, particularly All New X-Men, and it's about the past All New X-Men needing to go back to the past. You know, because they're in the present right now.
Okay. Oh, so they're actually ending that. Okay, good.
I don't know if they're ending it, but they need to go back there and take care of some issues that are going on.
Okay.
Also, we've got Afterlife with Archie. Starts in September.
Archie's dead?
It's like this, virus or whatever hits Riverdale and starts turning people into zombies and stuff, from what I've seen.
Weird.
And it's going to be like zombie Riverdale. There's Francisco Francavilla does like a zombie Jughead cover. Looks amazing. Check it out.
This guy.
And then Executive Assistant Iris #1 from Aspen Comics, part of their 10 for 10 initiative. You know what that means, Ricky.
We have a cover.
Exclusive Stadium Comics cover. This one will be done by Transformers artist and artist on our Kara's Magic cover, Alex Mill. So we look forward to showing that to everyone once we have an image to show you.
Nice.
All right, so that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and you'll want to stay tuned for our next episode, which looks at toys, statues, collectibles, all kinds of other cool things coming out starting in September 2013. Take care, everyone.